Leave your comfort zone, they said. It would be fun, they said. This is exactly what ECOMP 355 did for me. Made me step outside my comfort zone and develop a digital identity. ECOMP 355 really pushed me in developing this digital identity that I was so scared to kind of face before. I had a lot of thoughts and anxieties maybe towards developing this identity online because um, this blog became this space where I get to share all my thoughts and feelings and opinions towards certain things. And as a teacher, you are always evolving and you are always changing. So I had been so scared to put these online for people to read, and then what if someday I change my mind? So with Ecom 355 and developing a blog and developing this digital identity, it made me really worried, and I had a lot of thoughts going on through my head, and some of them I'm still not comfortable with, but I think I really did a good job in stepping outside my comfort zone, and that's not always an easy thing to do. To me, developing this digital identity was overwhelming because I was very skeptical on what I wanted to be portrayed as on the internet. I had many thoughts running through my mind. What do I want my identity to look like, sound like? How do I want to be portrayed on the internet? What types of things do I say, and what types of things do I talk about? And how far can I push the limit in voicing my opinion without making other? What if I say something now that my future employer looks at and says, well, we don't agree with this. Is this still what you agree with? And what if I do, and what if I don't? But maybe I'm not comfortable with them seeing those thoughts. And I'm not a very good writer, so what if I make grammatical errors and people judge me for reading these things? So my comfortableness towards blogging kind of, like I said, it contributed to me getting behind this class, and um, it took me to get that email from Katia saying, you know what, Acacia, you need to kind of get your things together if you want to get a decent mark in this class. So, and I was aware of that. I knew I was behind, and I knew that I wasn't doing as much work as I could have been, but it kind of took about halfway through the semester for me to hit that TSN turning point and for me to really reflect on myself. You know what? Why does blogging make me feel so uncomfortable, and why do I get so stressed about it? And in reflecting on that, I kind of was just decided not to care one day that, education and learning and teaching, it's all a process of reflection. You find something, you read something, you connect it to yourself, and you reflect how it applies to the different aspects of your life. Or you teach a lesson and you find out, you reflect on what works and what doesn't work. Or you're talking to a prof and something sparks and you begin to reflect. It's just kind of like this constant process. So I kind of decided, you know what, it's okay if I reflect on this now, and in 5 years I don't agree with it, because again, something will have happened that has made me changed my worldview towards what I was reflecting on. And it's kind of even that thing where everything happens for a reason, and certain things hit home with you and certain things don't, and that happens to you for a reason. So you have these thoughts and you have these processes and you reflect. So what did I learn in the process of leaving my comfort zone? Well, great things, great and magical things. I love Twitter. I love it. I fell in love with Twitter over this ECOMP 355 class. I thought it was something really that I never held back on. I really enjoy exploring and finding new people to follow and creep around and see what they're doing and what they're all about. There's almost a comfort in Twitter, I found, knowing that there are so many people willing to help you, and they're helping you through a hashtag because you hashtagged something. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of it's a unique thing, and I think it's, people are there to help you, and they're there to share things with you, and so why not take advantage of that and connect with them? And I found a lot of people on Twitter that are passionate and kind of have the same worldviews as I do, and that's kind of a great thing about Twitter, about any online profile really, is that you're expressing your passion and you're expressing your worldview through some simple words, and people can connect with that and they can reach out to you. So that's something special. I also really enjoyed Feedly. Feedly is fun. It's an awesome place to follow things that you like, on Facebook or other news things that I don't really care for. It's because all these random things are popping up, but Feedly was so nice in that I can click the things I want to see, and that's what comes up. Coding. Coding is awful. I hate it. I'm sorry. I cannot get it. And I really respect people that do, but coding is not for me. Um, I tried really hard, but the way I learn does not reflect well with the way coding works. And I tried to learn through the different forms of technology. I read articles and I tried little games. And I watched videos and I listened to things, but there is something about coding that I could not wrap my head around. I can't code to save my life, unfortunately. Blogging is something that is still a question mark for me. I have mixed feelings towards it. Um, I really enjoyed it when I found something I was interested and passionate about and something that I wanted to share my thoughts about. But I was really skeptical about blogging and towards myself and my writing abilities. And blogging, that's kind of why it was so scary for me, is because um, it's kind of you kind of get vulnerable when you blog, right? Because you're sharing so many passions and your thoughts and your opinions towards something, and you want to write something that's meaningful and thoughtful, but how do you do that without stepping on somebody's toes or saying the wrong thing? And I know, I guess it's my blog, so it's something I shouldn't be worried about, but it caused me a lot of stress, and that's definitely something that I had to deal with during this class. However, I do see a lot of potential in me, like getting to be a routine blogger, um, because I did like it. Again, when I said I found something I wanted to write about, I could just um, write a couple paragraphs about it, and that wasn't bad at all. But and when you have your own classroom, you can put lesson plans and you can find other people's lesson plans, and again, that blogging kind of becomes a central space where you can connect with others and share your thoughts and share what's working for you and what's working for in your classroom. So I find a really great thing in that, and also to connect with parents. I think to have a classroom blog and say, here you go, and even like student profiles. I don't know. There's so much you can do with um, blogging once you are a full-time teacher, but I guess I just had a lot of um, struggles and anxieties with it, and but that was something that I got to deal with. I guess it's better to deal with something now than later, and kind of again get outside your comfort zone. You might as well do it sooner than later. Another thing that I had an interesting time developing an opinion around was digital citizenship. So because I do blab too much and I get off on certain topics, I'm just gonna read what I wrote. So, digital citizenship means different things for different people. So, because teachers are held to a higher standard, we need to consider all aspects of what our digital citizenship is comprised of. For our students, digital citizenship means something else. It means making them aware of what they're putting on the internet, how they act, what they say about themselves, others, what types of apps they use, and whatnot. And I think digital citizenship, it is such a great thing, especially as a professional, you get to develop this. You get to make your footprint, right? Kind of, and you get to show other people what you're about. But for students, that is a scary thing, and for youth, I guess, rather than students, but because there is a dark side to the internet, with me, there's a lot of opportunities where people can choose a negative route in how they use the internet and what they put on the internet, especially with our youth today. There seems to be a big push to send naked pictures or send risky texts or the cyberbullying, and talking to strangers over the internet. This needs to stop. But it's kind of how do we do that? We can't take away technology because, well, it's everywhere and it is such a useful tool. But youth need to learn how to appreciate it more. They kind of take advantage of it, and they sometimes use it for the wrong reasons. And we need to teach them ways that they can use it to better their lifestyle. So as teachers, we need to advocate for our students and educate them on apps that they use daily. And I think this would be valuable to them. And we can rip into Instagram and say, this is why Instagram's good, this is why it's bad. These are scenarios that happen to certain people, and if you're not careful, this could happen to you too. But this is how it could better your life. And I think there's so many different aspects and ways that you can break down these apps, that apply to their everyday life, because that's when the learning kind of becomes useful, is when you apply it to your everyday life. And as youth, they're going to take technology seriously, and it's just kind of all about how we deliver it. But again, it is such a sensitive topic, and it's something that I would like to make an impact on, is how do we get them to be more responsible and respectful in regards to what they put on the internet. So that was something that I got to discover about myself, and how I hope to use technology, and how I hope to portray technology to my students, and hopefully I can get that message across somehow, some way, further down my path as a teacher. That would be something that I would find great meaning in. ECMP 355 has actually helped me develop a lot as a professional, and I think this class is that. It has given me the opportunity to really develop a digital identity, which I don't know I would have done otherwise, because this was something that was outside my comfort zone, and something that I wasn't really sure that I would ever get into, but because of this class, it made it happen. So even though this class made me frustrated a lot of the times towards certain elements of technology, and I guess how invested I wanted to get in technology, and how invested I wanted to get myself into reading things and spending more time than I already do on the internet. I guess spend your time wisely. That's also what this class taught me. Yeah, it was through my frustration that I guess I learned what triggers my anxiety, and how I learn best through forms of media, which is something really cool, because I can take that and apply it to the rest of my life. And also how I deal with stress. This class taught me that, well, I already knew I didn't deal with stress very well, but that's besides the point. In the end, I am grateful for this class, and it kind of pushed me to develop that digital footprint. And I guess it's not until you leave your comfort zone that you discover a lot about yourself, and I really did that during this class, and I don't know I would have got involved online if it wasn't for ECOM 355. So thank you.